today's practice is meant to make us feel like butter, rich, warm, melted. And so if you've been doing a whole bunch, if you've been really active, this is an opportunity to slow down, to hold some poses, to not work, but rather to focus on opening and being and letting everything go. So let's channel our butter energy, our rich, our delicious, our melted energy. So to begin with, let's find our seat, and you can move the flesh out of the way if you would like. And now the hand gesture for today, let's make the OK sign and bring your thumbs together, and then your fingers come apart. So you're in the OK sign, your thumbs come together in the base of your thumbs. Then we bring that toward our hearts. We tuck our chin, we rise through the crown of our head. So this mudra is for healing of the whole person. It is meant to bring about balance, tranquility, wholeness. So those are the qualities that we want to embody in this practice. And for people who love to be active, there can be a lot of resistance to those qualities. And there's this belief that we have to do, we have to be more, try more, move. And yet that can wear us out. So this is our chance to settle. Ground in those sitting bones. Be connected to the earth. And let that restless energy drain away. And if you don't have that energy, then awesome. You are already probably grounded and settled. Finding our seats on the earth as we rise through our spines, lift through the crown of our heads, and now tune into our hands, to the places where things are touching, where our index fingers touch our thumbs, where our thumbs touch one another. Feel our shoulders relaxed as those elbows drop. Tranquil, quiet, settled, whole. Taking one more breath in. Let's exhale, release that gesture, and we'll come onto our backs to begin. So lay all the way down, plant your left foot on the earth, bring that right knee in towards your chest, clasp your hands around that shin, extend that left leg, and now bring your right knee up towards your shoulder. You can slowly move that leg, that right leg, getting into those hip creases. So I've said a million times, as has every other yoga teacher, hips are where we store so much of our tension, and it's where we require a lot of our bodies. Also our knees. And so in this posture, we get into the hips, we get a really sweet bend in that knee. Now you can start to point and flex through those feet. Feel your back melting on the mat. We inhale, exhale, melted like butter. Inhale, life is so sweet and delicious. Let's exhale. We'll plant that right foot. We're gonna bring that left knee in, clasp our hands around the shin, extend that right leg, moving that left leg now in that hip joint, creating some mobility by movement. So when we circle, sometimes the body reacts less with less constriction. So we move in order to open even more. Then we can settle deep into this posture, maybe pointing and flexing through those feet, feeling the knee as well, noticing how that's getting some action. And if you happen to have a gassy tummy, this is literally called wind relieving pose. So this is a beautiful option to help with that. Okay, so now release that. Extend both legs long, interlace your fingers, and press those palms away from you. And imagine you are being pulled deliciously in both directions. Your chin can drop towards your heart. Those arms reach away from you. Inhale. And let's exhale, release that. Bend your right knee in and extend your left leg up to the sky. Flex through that foot. So now lift your upper body and chest and maybe grab your hamstring, your calf, your ankle. Stay there or extend that right leg, and you can try and lift your upper body in the direction of that leg. We aren't super warm yet, so you don't have to go really deep into the posture. You might be here, you might be here. So always pay attention to your body and what your body wants and needs. So we can look at that second toe, we can lift through our heart space, take a breath, and now walk yourself back down. Bend that knee and grab the outside of that either shin, ankle, or the outside of that left foot, and do half happy baby. Oh my. If you've done any running or any hiking or just daily living, this can open us up, letting that hip open and relax. Inhale. Exhale. Bring that right foot back to the floor. We'll extend that left leg, flex through that foot. Let that straight left leg drift over to the right. So those shoulders stay relaxed, hopefully feeling that in your outer left hip. Tuck your chin towards your heart. Inhale. And exhale. Bring that left leg back up. And now we lower that leg down. The right leg straightens. We grab our hamstrings or climb up our leg as our upper body comes up. From there, you can straighten that left leg. So try and make your hand position equal on each side. And so if one side can't go as far, actually, you might try starting with that side. So you could ignore me completely. You can ignore me completely at any time, but you can ignore me and start with your side that is less mobile and then match it on the other side that's more mobile, because that's going to bring about balance. You are going to meet the more tender part of you and then come to the other side that is a little bit more open. Take one more breath. Exhale, walk yourself back down, bend that knee, taking your right shin, ankle, or maybe the outside of that right foot. Oh, and opening. I love this posture. So we feel the results. We feel what's going on, and the body should just be like, oh yeah, I've been waiting for this for a month. We inhale. We exhale, shoulders relax. That left foot can be like you're standing on it. Take one more breath in. We can bring that left foot to the floor. The right leg can extend. We flex through that foot because that activates the outer hip. Then that leg drifts over to the left. Noticing when we go from side to side, what are your experiences? So we pay attention because, again, that's where the body is showing you. This side is a little more tender. This side is ready to go. Can you bring about balance and honor the more tender sides of yourself? Because those are the ones that need healing and attention. So bring one more breath in. Bring that leg straight up. We bend that knee, and now both feet plant on the earth. We lift through those hips. Stay here or let your arms rise up overhead as well. Inhale and exhale. Try and just look up at the ceiling, not toward me, so we keep that neck nice and straight, pressing into those feet, those hips rise. Oh, inhale, exhale, melt yourself back to the earth. Bring both knees into your chest. So you can pull your knees straight in or you can bring those knees wide. It's what your hips really want. Rock gently side to side, massaging out that low back. Inhaling and exhaling. Coming to center, grab those hamstrings and start to rock up and back. Coming up and rocking back. Coming up, rocking back. Now come all the way up. And I want those heels to plant and your heart to lift. So it's easy to rock back in that low back. So sit up nice and tall. Bring those knees together and you might hold on. This might be your posture, or extend those arms. We're just gonna sit here for a little bit. You might be thinking, how is this like butter? Well, sometimes we need to engage some things to grow a little stronger, and then we open them back up. So we're working for 5, 4, beautiful, 3, 2, 1. Those knees drop open. We grab those ankles, sit up nice and tall, then fold ourselves forward. Inhale, and we exhale. Taking a breath in. Exhale, relax those shoulders. Inhale, we come on up. We cross those ankles and rock onto our hands and our knees. So if your knees are on a hard surface and you don't like it, you can always put a towel under them or some sort of padding. So from here, let's bring the tops of our feet to the floor and press into the tops of those feet. Inhale, we push the floor away, and exhale, our back drops as our chin lifts. Inhale, we push those shoulders away from us. Exhale, the heart drops as the head lifts. Inhale, we press, and exhale, drop. Now come to center. Inhale, bring your right ear towards your right shoulder, and exhale, come to center. Inhale, we reverse that, so left ear toward left hip, and we come on back. Right shoulder toward right hip, and we come to center. Then that left ear comes toward our left hip, and we come back to center. So extend that right leg back, and we press back through that right heel, staying there or maybe lifting that left leg. So just a little more challenge, it's up to you. Mostly we're trying to stretch that right calf. Inhale. Let's exhale, take one more breath. We lower that left knee. If it was lifted, the right knee comes back in. We extend that left leg and press through that left heel. Stay there or engage your central channel and lift that right leg. So remembering we're trying to find balance and wholeness and healing. So take one more breath. Let's exhale, lower that knee. Bring your knees wide, your toes to touch, and spider crawl your fingertips forward. So those hips sit back and your forehead comes toward the earth. So staying on our fingertips is just a slightly different posture. Sit those hips back toward those heels if you can. We're trying to make the side bodies as long as possible. We inhale and exhale. Feel the forehead on the mat or moving toward the mat. Let's inhale. Exhale, we walk those hands back in. So we bring the knees under our chest, and now we'll do puppy pose. So it's the same posture basically, except our hips stay lifted. Walk those fingertips forward. And that can be its own challenge. We drop that heart and forehead toward the mat. Keep those fingertips planted on the earth. We melt through the back of the heart as those shoulders and armpits open. Oh, so shoulders obviously are another place where we hold lots of tension. So this is really trying to work against all of that to open us back up, to create healing and wholeness and more mobility. Take one more breath. We walk those hands back in. So the hands ground under our shoulders. We'll extend that right leg back and the left arm forward. So you can always tuck those toes if you would like. That offers more balance. Otherwise, those toes can untuck, and that requires a little more stability in your core. So we're going to inhale and exhale. Extend through everything nice and long. Now, plant that left hand. Bring your right leg out to the side, and your feet can touch down, your sole of the foot. From there, tuck those left toes and maybe sit your hips back and walk those arms forward. You might stay up here. This might be enough for you. Or you can sit on back, maybe lifting through those right toes if you would like, and come into a child's pose just with your leg extended. So pay very close attention to both knees, to those toes of the left foot turned under if you're sitting back, taking one more breath in. And we exhale, come on forward. We bring that right foot in. We step that left foot out to the side. So the left toes can turn down, right toes tuck under. Maybe you just move back and forth, getting some extra mobility. Or maybe you start to move those hands forward as those hips move back. Maybe you lift through those left toes as your hips sink toward that right heel and your forehead moves toward the earth. So there are all kinds of options in this posture. Mostly, remember, we're trying to manifest butter, sweetness, delicious richness. So never go into pain. Simply go into sensation, and then you breathe. Take one more breath, and we exhale, rise back up. We bring that left knee in. We tuck those toes, and let's press back, downward facing dog. Dropping one heel, then the other. Inhale and exhale. Now step your feet a little wider than hip width apart. Inhale, come up onto your tippy toes. Drop those heels to the right and bend your knees and stay stretching through that left side body. We inhale. Let's exhale. Inhale, come back to center. The heels drop to the left as we bend into those knees. Now it's our right side body that's stretching. Inhale. Let's exhale. Inhale, we come back to center. Those heels drop straight back as those hips rise. Inhale. Let's exhale. Look up at your hands, and we'll either step or hop to the front of the mat. Inhale, our hearts extend, and exhale, we fold over those legs. Inhale, arms sweep out, and we lift all the way up. Exhale, circle those hands, and bring your hands to your heart. Feel those feet. Now flow luxuriously. Inhale, arms sweep. Exhale, cactus those arms. Inhale, arms reach back up. Sit those hips back as you swan dive your hands forward. Inhale, those hearts extend. Now, step that right foot back and drop that right knee. Inhale, those arms sweep forward, and we circle to the back. We frame that front foot, and now bring your hips up and back, lift your upper toes, and bend over that front leg. So this is half Hanumanasana, half splits. So our hearts extend, and we fold over that front leg. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, step onto that left foot. Lift your right knee, the right hand plants, and we twist up to the left. So really opening through that heart. Now, take your left hand and point it back towards your right foot. And we settle in those hips. Inhale. Let's exhale. Lift through that heart. One more breath. Now we plant that left hand and we step on back. And your knees can be up or down as you chaturanga. Inhale, keep your chin tucked as you rise into up dog. Then we press back, downward facing dog. We inhale and exhale. Look up at your hands, step that right foot forward. We drop that left knee. Inhale, our arms circle up and to the back. And then we frame that front foot. We bring those hips back. Pull those right toes up. Inhale, hearts extend. And we fold over those legs and melt. And I know there's strong sensation in that hamstring. We breathe into it. We relax into it. We inhale. We exhale. Inhale, that right foot plants. Our fingertips frame that foot. We lift that left knee. Now, left hand plants. Right arm comes straight up toward the ceiling to begin. We press through that left heel. Now, reach back toward that left heel as you bend into that front leg. Oh, feeling that in hopefully the front of that left thigh. You can try and drop those hips a little more. We want to back out of it because that's staying away from our edge. So if you can, breathe, slowly drop those hips, open in that heart. Now that right hand plants and we step that left foot forward. Inhale, our hearts extend, and we exhale, fold over those legs. We sweep our arms out and up. And exhale, bring our hands to our hearts and chin to our chest. Inhale, we reach. And exhale, we fold forward. Inhale, we extend. And exhale, let's step that left foot back and drop that left knee. Rise all the way up and we bend into that right knee. We lift through those arms. So now bring your left hand to your right shoulder blade and bring your right hand toward the earth. So we press back into that left elbow. We bend into the right knee. Oh, baby, we're stretching. Maybe try and move that right hand toward the floor. If you have longer arms, you might be able to touch. Or if you're really open in those hips, take one more breath. Now exhale, we release. Frame that front foot. So go ahead and bring those hips back. Those right toes can lift. Or you might walk the right foot forward and just see what happens. So you might be up here, you might be back, just with that knee bent. You might drop those hips and you might sit up over those hips. This is not a competition. It is not a statement on your personal worth, whether you can do splits or not. It's just options and just ways to play and be in our bodies. Take one more breath. Inhale. Let's exhale, walk that right knee in. We frame that front foot, lift that back knee, step back into plank, and your knees can be up or down as you chaturanga. Inhale, keep your chin tucked to protect the back of your neck. We bring ourselves back, downward facing dog. So let's go ahead and step that left foot forward. This time we drop that right knee. We rise on up, we bring our arms up, and we reach through the arms as we sink through those hips. So right arm now, we bend that elbow and bring our right hand to our left shoulder. Left arm drops down. Those hips sink, and we drift over toward the left. Heart rises, hips drop. Inhale. Let's exhale. Take one more breath. Exhale, we come back up. Now we take both hands and circle and bring them to that front foot. Those hips come back. Those toes lift up. Inhale, our hearts extend, and we can fold into half Hanumanasana. Or you can take your right hand and start to move that left leg forward, finding your edge, maybe dropping those hips, maybe not. So it's totally your body, your experience. It doesn't matter what anyone else looks like. Instead, it's your experience. You are healing your body and meeting its tenderness with tenderness. So take one more breath. And exhale, we bring that leg back in. And now let's bring both knees together and sit those hips back and those arms reach forward. So returning to a child's pose. Inhale. And let's exhale. Inhale, come back to your hands and your knees. We tuck those toes and we press back, downward facing dog. Inhale. And we exhale. Inhale, lift your left leg up to the sky. And we exhale, step it between the hands and drop that right heel. Come on up into warrior two. So we get nice and settled. We have that beautiful base. And now you can either grab your elbows behind you or interlace those hands. Inhale, our hearts lift. Then we try and bring that left shoulder inside that left knee as those arms either stay on your back or lift away. We bend into that left knee. Oh my, feeling that left hip. Now try and tuck your left hip under, and so we really try and bring that left hip toward the right side of our mat rather than letting it press back, and see what happens when we do that. Take one more breath. Let's release those hands. Take your left arm under your left leg, and so your hands frame that foot. And now try and move your head toward that left ankle. Again, oh baby. Trying to be like butter, to melt into these deep postures. We inhale. We exhale. Inhale, come back. Now bring that left arm in the front of that left leg and we step on back, downward facing dog. Inhale, and we exhale. Take one more breath. Let's let it go. And now we inhale, lift that left leg, right leg, up to the sky. And step that right foot between the hands, drop that left heel, and we rise into our warrior two. So we get this beautiful base, nice and solid. Our arms lift, grabbing either our elbows or interlacing those fingers the weird way, if you can, at your back. We turn and face that right knee. Inhale, our hearts extend. And now we tuck ourselves over that right leg. Oh. See if you can move your right hip toward that left leg rather than the right edge of your mat. So we're trying to tuck that right hip under. As those arms rise, wiggle those toes. Oh, grow straight through that left leg and melt. The world is beautiful. Let everything go. You are showing up for yourself in gorgeous ways. Take one more breath. We release those hands. And now the left hand comes to the inside of that right foot. The right arm comes behind that right calf. So the right hand plants outside that right foot. Inhale, hearts extend. Now we try and move that head toward that right ankle. We inhale. We exhale. Taking a breath. And release. Now just turn to the long edge of your mat, so those right toes turn in, and inhale, our hearts extend. Exhale, spider walk those fingertips forward. The heart melts between those arms. We reach those arms away from us. We plant into those feet. Inhale. Let's exhale. Oh, one more breath. Then we walk those hands in. Now, turn your left toes out and turn those right toes in, and you bring your hands inside that right foot, or left foot, and inhale, hearts extend. Exhale, you can try and bring the crown of your head toward those hands, or you can do Skandasana, which means those right toes lift and our hips sink, and we bring our hands to our hearts. This is a very deep knee flexion, so just stay with that first posture. Now, you can stay here with your hands in prayer, or really reach that left arm forward, swim that arm around that left shin, swim your right arm back, look at the floor, and maybe your hands bind at that left hip. Growing quiet, tranquil in these deep postures. Inhale. Let's exhale, release those hands, straighten through that left knee, and come to the other side. So we bend into that right knee, our hands plant, inhale, extend, dropping the crown of the head, or coming into Skandasana. Left toes lift, hips drop, hands to heart. Stay there. Or really bring that right knee deep into your right armpit. We swim that right hand around. We swim, that left hand around. This is a balance posture as well. And we breathe. Try and open up through that left shoulder if you have the bind. So sweetness, tenderness, melting, nourishing, surrendering, all of those good things. Inhale. Let's exhale, release, bring those hands back to the earth. We come back to our center, extend through our spine. Your left hand comes under your face as that right arm reaches up toward the sky. So beautiful twist. We inhale. Exhale, spine extends. We turn at that heart. Take one more breath. Right hand comes below our face. Left arm lifts. Inhale, those hips back, heart forward, hips nice and square and balanced. We open from this heart space, taking a breath. And exhale, lower. Bring your hands back to your waist and come on up and step to the front of your mat. So from here, I'm going to face the other way. So from here, step that right foot back. So your left foot is front, and you want your hips to face the short edge of your mat. So left foot is front, right foot has stepped back. Left hand to your waist, inhale that right arm up. Really reach forward with that right arm. Then bring your right arm to your left upper thigh, your shin, the inside of that left foot or the outside. Then that left arm can come directly out. You can stay there, or you can try and stack your heart up over that right arm, and then that left shoulder over that heart and over the right arm. So this is revolved triangle, a very challenging posture, and yet it provides a lot of opportunity for opening up, for requiring us to balance, for wringing us out. Take one more breath. Inhale, exhale, release. Bring your left hand to your waist, your right arm comes all the way up, and step to the front of your mat. And so now that right foot is in the front and that left foot takes a step back. We stay oriented to the short edge of our mats. Inhale, the left arm lifts. Reach forward. Hello, future. Nice to meet you. Right or left hand to your right thigh, your right calf, the inside of the right foot or the outside. Maybe that right arm just reaches out to the side and you look down at the floor. That's fine. Maybe your heart opens up as that right shoulder stacks over your heart, over that left shoulder. Try and be grounded through that right foot. It's easy to get light on that back foot. Then our spines extend and we twist. This is a challenge. This posture requires a lot from us. So being tender as we try, take one more breath. We lower that right hand to our waist. We lift that left arm up. We step to the front of the mat. And now we will ground through that left foot, step that right foot over, our hands to our waist. Inhale, whoa, hearts lift. And exhale, we tip ourselves forward. So our pinky toes are trying to be touching. That's the goal. And then our hands can come to our upper thighs, our shins, or down to the floor. The more we press in that left big toe, the more sensation we will experience in that outer left hip. Breathing, inhaling, exhaling, letting our breath be our anchor. The thing that keeps us here, holds us in place in this beautiful stretch. Take one more breath in. We exhale, bring our hands to our waist and build ourselves all the way up. We step that right foot out. We cross that left foot over. Try and line up those pinky toes as best we can. Inhale, hearts lift, and forward we fold. So hands to your shin, to the floor. You know the drill. Pressing into that right big toe. Inhale and exhale. You can point the crown of your head toward the floor and breathe. Lift your belly button towards your spine, your shoulders towards your waist. Take a breath in. Release that. Bring your hands to your waist and build yourself back up. So step those feet a little wider than hip width apart. Those heels turn in, toes turn out. Bring your elbows to your knees and your hands to prayer. So you can stay here if your knees need this, or we can drop those hips into Malasana. So we press those elbows against those shins, maybe creating little fists and opening our knees even wider. Oh. And so we've done a lot. Even though it's not all of the vinyasas and all of that, chaturangas, we showed up into these places where we hold on, where we cling and have created tension. And that takes courage and tenderness. So well done you for showing up, for doing the good stuff. Inhale and exhale. You can release that, bring your hands behind you and sit down onto your bum. Extend those legs wide. Those knees and toes point up. Now your right elbow can bend and your left arm can come up and over. So you can keep that right elbow on your thigh. It can migrate down to the floor, and maybe you grab that right foot with both hands. You open up through that left shoulder and breathe. Close those eyes if you would like. Feel the spaciousness. Feel the presence of life and energy in your body. Inhale. Let's exhale. Inhale, left arm comes up. Left elbow can come to that left thigh. Right arm up and over. And you can stay here looking under that right arm if you would like. That left elbow can come to the floor as your right hand reaches for the foot. Maybe your left hand reaches for that foot. Stay flexed through both feet. long through the right side of your body, opening our hearts. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, we rise all the way up, and let's come onto our backs. So, coming onto our backs, we'll bring those knees in. Cross your right leg over your left, so up nice and high, and pull those knees towards your chest, your feet flex. Stay there, or maybe grab your shins, maybe grab your ankles, or maybe grab the outsides of your feet. Those feet are flexed as we gently coax those knees toward our hearts. Our chins drop. Oh, isn't this nice? We inhale, we exhale. Last breath. Let's release. Bring our arms out to a T. We drop those knees over to the left as our right arm reaches away from us. Oh, inhale and exhale. Inhale, we bring those knees back up, and let's cross the legs the other way. So left leg comes on top, pulling those knees toward our heart, grabbing our shins, our ankles, or the outsides of those feet. Feet flexed, protecting our knees, protecting our hips. Oh. Inhale. Let's exhale. We release those feet. Arms out to a T, legs drop over to the right. Look to your left. We inhale and exhale. Taking a breath, releasing those knees. Now, go ahead and bring your legs straight up toward the ceiling. So you can always do happy baby if you like with those knees bent. Or grab your hamstrings, grab your shins, your ankles, or maybe your big toes in a reclined Paschimottanasana. So again, those knees can be bent in a happy baby if you would prefer. But this is just a different option to try and open us up one last chance to get us nice and balanced. Inhale. And now come into your Shavasana. So that might mean soles of the feet on the ground, knees together, or those knees drop open wide, feet together. Or extend those legs long and your palms turn up. Now is truly the chance for you to let it all go, to surrender, giving the body a chance to welcome in all of that challenge and work that you just did, so that it can expand in terms of mobility and stability. It can let go of tension, and you can just be. May the veil covering your heart be rent, so that you may shine, so that you may shine. May the veil covering your heart be rent, Bring some life back into your fingers and toes. You can circle those hands and feet. You might bring those hands back up overhead, returning to that full body stretch from one end all the way to the other. Bring one knee into your chest and then the other knee into your chest. And roll on to the right side of your body. Eyes closed. Come to a seated posture and bring your hands to prayer at your heart. We plant through those sitting bones, grow tall through our spine, lifted through the crown of our head, dropped in our chin and shoulders. May you be safe. May you be healthy. May you be free from fear. May you remember to find the balance of activity and quiet. May you ground. May you stay spacious. May you stay awesome. And may that light inside of you shine brightly. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through an open mouth. Inhale. Namaste. Thank you for practicing with me, and be well.